Anyway.
No sense whatsoever.
Yes. Well, I
can't agree.
I
Hey, Lloyd.
don't. Hi. Hi.
Well,
I'm
in
here.
California, we had a statewide proposition a while back to amend the law to allow the legislature to determine whether or not we should be on or off daylight savings. Not actually to
So
change
they're
it, like
gonna
put it in the
talk
law,
about
but just
it.
to allow it to happen. Right.
Yeah.
Interesting.
I mean,
Because there are
I see advantages, but there's also a lot of disadvantages to it as well.
But California is also huge in landmass consideration, so
Yeah.
and population.
We'll give this about
Yeah.
5 minutes before we get started here, just to see if Doc comes in. I know that Doc mentioned that it didn't sleep very well last night, so I don't anticipate Doc being here.
yeah.
I passed my exam. The most horrible and terrible exam I have, but I passed it with the high note.
Congrats.
That is
Thank
very
you.
nice. Excellent.
I don't know how
Congratulations.
present. Thank you. I don't know how I do the presentation of the exam because I noticed this. I send the message and I go to the university and present it. I survive with a try to coffee. I don't know, a coffee machine, and this is more water to coffee.
Yeah.
And yes,
Well,
I
that's
passed.
good news.
Yes,
So you're all done then for the year?
yes. Well, not the year. I have a month of break and I back.
Oh, you only get a month? I thought you were like on a
Yes, a
summer
month.
vacation or something.
Unless he's taking
Yeah,
summer semester for school.
Yeah.
Yes, and then and I passed to the 5 semester. Years I end this. Yes, this is all.
You're awful quiet in your microphone there, Aloy. Could you like get closer to it possibly?
Oh wait, I don't have a microphone. I am with my
With your phone?
what? No, with the headphone.
Oh, the headset. Okay.
Yes.
No problem.
Okay. I'm ready to roll.
All right. We've got about 2 more minutes here, and we can get started.
Yeah. Today I try Remman. I don't know how to spell it. This Remman 2. I don't know.
Mm-hmm.
Yes. It's a strange game. I like it, but it's something new.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I spent the last 2 weeks working on my Mythic Japan stuff, so I'm like putting all of it together in Legend Keeper, and then I'm transferring it into a PDF format because I was gonna put it on Drive-Through RPG or something.
Ooh. I maybe need to help Shadow when I pass all the notes of my TTRPG to do this because it's idea.
Yep. I can try my best to help. I mean, I'm not like just because I run this game doesn't make me an expert, is what I'm saying. So I can try and help my best, though.
You do a train map. You do a train map, and I not forget this.
Yeah.
This is my.
You did a really good train map, by the way. Like, that
I'm-
map was really good.
Yeah, I spent quite a while doing it, so I'm glad you liked it. I had
Thank
fun
you.
making it, though. I did a lot of stuff with the lighting, and
Yeah.
I did a lot of stuff with the tiles and stuff in here, too. I don't normally place tiles throughout the map. I just kind of do everything in this application I have on Steam called Dungeon Alchemist.
Mm.
And you build, like, little maps in there, and it, like, procedurally generates everything based on the type of room you choose, and you can obviously mix and match and place things on your own too. So there's a lot of customization. It works quite well.
What was the company that developed that?
Hang on, let me find out.
It sounds familiar, that's why.
It's very useful. It's actually excellent for making maps. I like it a lot, and I would highly recommend it. Let's see. So this is Briganti.
Hmm.
Briganti.
Oh, zero idea.
But go onto Steam and just look up Dungeon Alchemist, and you'll see it. It's like a picture of like an imp with horns.
Mhm.
But it's really
Dungeon
awesome.
Alchemist.
It's really good software. Sadly, the developers don't do too much to it, so they kind of rely on community assets for it.
Yeah, they're from Belgium.
Yeah.
The community.
I have a-
game.
I worked with the community manager, Blake, on that one, on a project for Microsoft a while back.
For this
Ooh.
company?
Yeah. Yep.
Wow, no kidding. That's fun.
That's why it sounded familiar when you said that. I was like, wait a second. I've heard of this before.
Yeah. All right. I think we can get started. I'm not sure Dark's coming, so no big deal.
Okay.
Okay.
We'll
What
just have
last
to
question, friend?
fill them in when the next
Someone,
turn my music
someone
off.
here play.
Did we have anyone else joining us for anyone new?
For the new mystery? No, I didn't advertise
Aw.
it. I probably should have, but I figured just with the four of you guys, it's been pretty good.
I mean, yeah. Do we want to talk about what we were doing for the castle at all?
upgrades? No, you didn't discuss that yet.
Okay.
Um,
Suppose I better actually open up the lore keeper just to make sure that I know what I'm talking about.
Yeah. So I can give a recap. Not that it's a big deal, considering last episode you finished up the mystery on the train. Kai had a Shinigami that was following him and wanted his father's ashes that he was carrying. Eventually, Kai just gave them up in exchange for the Shinigami not killing everybody on the train, basically. And so we're not sure if we'll see him again. You never know. But he got what he came for. But now you have the trinket that they gave you.
Well, that's not good.
The little necklace.
Castle Gillenkratz's upgrades are like the assets. You can't see anything
Can't see anything?
on the lore keeper.
Hang on a sec.
Okay.
Yeah, I thought I was.
interesting what happened.
Are you in the upgrade section?
Yes.
Hang on. Let me just get the read-only version of that.
By the way, I have a last question off topic.
Here, try this link right here. There, I just put it in the voice chat.
Okay.
So as I was saying,
Okay.
Kai got
We're good.
a a little necklace from the Shinigami as well. It was actually a simple Japanese coin attached to a chain, a reminder that the Shinigami will eventually come for you. And that's kind of where we left that. You guys made it back to Stockholm and took your connecting train to Uppsala, and you made it safely back to Castle Gillenkrutz. Which leads us
Yep.
up to our next mystery. Let me get
Ooh.
some different music here.
Exciting. I am.
So
I am
we're gonna.
excited.
Sorry. Just playing with my volume here for a sec. So we're gonna do things a little bit different this time. You guys aren't gonna be starting in a castle. This time, we are standing in the midst of a celebration because today happens to be Valborg. And for anybody who lives in the area knows Valborg is the biggest celebration of the year. It's the celebration that ushers in spring. It is a time for Uppsala to celebrate, definitely, because it is a student town, essentially. So you guys are all hanging out in Valborg celebrations right near the Mounds of Upsala right now. So you're just a little bit north of the city. Let me get the new map for you guys. Hang on a sec. There you go.
New map?
Yep, new map. So
Hell yeah.
you guys are right here. So you're just north of Uppsala. In Old Uppsala Village, actually. That's where the mounds are located. This is where the celebration is held every year. And
So is this the tourist trap area?
now I would assume yes. I mean, in your time here in the 19th century, you would know the Mounds of Uppsala to be something much different than what, maybe is a touristy thing. Because the Royal Mounds of Uppsala is a confirmed place for legendary kings have been buried here.
Yep. It's actually a very cool place to go.
I would love to go. I've seen a lot of pictures of it, and my God.
It is very well. The other thing is it's very eerie as well.
Just
because
it's just like it's
the history there.
Exactly.
It's it's very cool though. I will admit.
Yeah. So when did you go?
Sorry, I didn't mean to sidetrack.
No, that's fine.
I don't remember when I went. I'd have to look at some pictures that I have saved somewhere.
I
have a location posted on them.
Nice. All right.
But I will let you know.
Yeah, sounds good. All right, so Valborg, that is what you guys are celebrating right now. You are, let's see, it's nighttime right now. I'm going to get you guys a little bit of wind going here. It's pretty quiet tonight. And, well, aside from the fact that everybody in Uppsala is here celebrating tonight, there's bonfires everywhere. And there's people dancing, there's people drinking and making out with each other that they shouldn't be making out with. All sorts of different things. This is like a student town, so you see a bunch of underage kids that are drinking. I'm not even sure what the legal age for drinking was back then, but they probably shouldn't have been doing it, is what I'm saying.
Okay.
If they were in college, they would probably be around the legal drinking age.
Yeah.
I don't know. Was there a legal drinking age in the 19th century?
There was, as a matter of fact.
Huh.
It was 18.
18? Oh, well, then they probably were okay.
Really?
It's much different than it is in the States, so.
Yeah. I think that was kind of like the general age in Europe, wasn't it? Like 18?
Yeah. Most places, especially in Northern Europe, it's 18. But in Southern Europe, a lot of 16-year-olds you see drinking.
Yep.
Sorry, didn't mean to sidetrack you once again.
That's quite all right. This is just the describing part of what's happening right now. So, you guys are all just kind of mingling at this point, just hanging out. And
okay.
You're drinking and having fun, celebrating all sorts of fun stuff. And not long after you arrive, there's a woman who approaches you as you're kind of just mingling around. She's a little mousy looking. She's very short. She's got kind of stringy hair, kind of like I'm not really sure how else to describe her. She's got brown hair and really thin lips, but big brown eyes. It's not something that people would really think twice about. She approaches you, and she says, "Come, celebrate with us." And she's pointing at all you guys. I assume you're all standing next to each other, right?
Mhm.
Jace
Sure.
is yeah, Jace is like, ooh, I don't know who celebrates, but free drinks, free food. I am ready to go.
Yep, there's lots of
And
drinks, lots of food. All right, so
yeah, because
go ahead.
sorry,
No,
Jace
go ahead.
have Jace have few idea to this celebrate celebrate.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, yeah, like it's like oh free food, free all. I and he not have idea what happens, but he he dance with the mood. And yes, this is all for my Jace.
Okay, no problem. All right, so the woman, she kind of signals to you to like follow her. You guys kind of have to like pile through all the drunk people that are just kind of like dancing around everywhere, having a good time, and it's rather difficult to navigate. But once you finally make it through, um, she she starts walking next to you, and she says, "Follow me." And she eventually leads you down towards a rather small path that's cut into the forest. And the path itself is actually lit up with torches. It's actually quite nice. Um, if anybody would like to, they can roll an observation check just to see if they want to learn anything. But right now, you're just kind of walking towards wherever she's leading you. But you can get a vibe check from her
Vigilance,
if you like.
or is there just double check? 'Cause there's
Observation.
no, there isn't. Is there
Observation.
Oh, observation.
Yep.
Oh, that's to understand what she's trying to bring us about.
Yep. Well,
Okay,
okay.
Dice.
there you go.
Well,
All right.
a lot
So
of dice for one success.
There's an observation.
no problem.
God.
So that's fine. Jace, so your success, you're kind of watching this woman, uh, and she seems friendly enough. She seems like uh, she doesn't mean any harm. So you're not getting any bad vibes from this woman. So I don't think you have anything to worry about.
Yeah, it's like I don't know if this part of the celebration, but I think cultural things, not my thing.
Mm-hmm.
So they continue with this uh, travel, not travel. Uh, damn it, give me a moment.
Sure.
Path, path, or way. Yeah,
Oh, okay.
yeah. I continue this path with torch. Yeah.
Okay.
Oh
Yep.
wait.
So she's leading you down this path, and it's pretty well lit, but the forest is like very dense and very thick, and you can't really see much. It's pretty dark aside from just the torch light that's flickering off the branches. And eventually, you guys come to a relatively large clearing inside of this forest, and the clearing has another bonfire in its center. And you see a lot more people here. As a matter of fact, a lot of those people were kind of walking, not with you, but kind of on the same path as you when this woman was leading you towards this bonfire. And the vibe seems pretty good, though. Like, everybody seems really friendly, and you're getting good feelings from all of this. And as she leads you towards this bonfire, there's actually a horse. Let's see, there's a horse that's sitting off in the distance. It's chewing on some apples, and you're not really sure why it's there, but it's a beautiful white horse. And you see food everywhere. There's actually like a table with nice, beautiful flower arrangements and food and perfumes and things like that. Seems kind of odd, but you're just going to go with it. So,
Okay.
let's see. So now you're... Sorry, bear with me here. I'm just going over my notes. So as you guys sit down to enjoy the festivities, you're approached by a couple different people, usually just offering you things like food and drink and stuff like that. You're, let's see, let's go with Jace. Jace, there's a man that approaches you, and he's holding a glass filled with a red liquid and a pipe, and he passes it to you. Would you like to take it?
What is a pipe?
The
glass?
If you roll me learning, I'll tell you what it is.
Yeah. Jason know, and the person who wrote like to Jason have no idea what is a pipe. So double learning.
No problem. Just roll. Yep, roll learning. Okay. All right. So you're not sure what it is exactly. I mean, it doesn't smell like off or anything like that, like something that is wrong. So you can assume it's probably some sort of a tobacco. Whether or not.
Oh, a pipe is like a cigarette. Cigarette. Yeah.
Right.
Sherlock Holmes. Okay, I take the glass wine
You're gonna take it and drink it.
and the pipe.
Okay.
Yes,
All
we're
right.
gonna play.
All right, no problem. So when you drink it, the wine is very sweet. It's a nice, beautiful red wine, as a matter of fact. It's got a really nice body to it, and it's just really pleasant. And it actually warms up your body quite nicely, too. It's a very, very rich wine. It's nice. And the tobacco is very fine, as a matter of fact, as well. So nothing really happens when you ingest it or anything like that. It's just normal tobacco and normal wine.
There is green and the smoke. Yes, I think it's the smoke.
Yep, smoke.
And the smoke and say, wow, nothing happened. Nice. And continue. Like, it's interesting activity.
Mm. So the woman
Yeah.
that you were following, or she comes up to you and she says, "Come, sit down. The festivities are going to start soon." And she kind of motions
Okay.
for you guys to just sit down. There's like a nice little blanket on the ground where people just kind of sit and chill out. And, you know, there's a lot of other people that are doing it too. This one just happened to be empty. So she offers for you to sit.
They said, well, we don't have nothing more to do.
Yep. So now the festivities begin. So the woman that you were just speaking with, she raises her hands up in the air and she looks at the fire and she starts to chant. And she says, "Lady of fire, lady of love, we welcome your strength. We welcome your courage. Bless us with renewal. Bless us with spring. Let us join you in Sesminir." Sesrimnir. How do you say that? I think that's Sesrimnir. It's hard to say that word. In the mountains of Folkvagner, when it is our time, Our Lady, our Vanadis. We are the Vanadisir. Accept our sacrifices. Grant us your love. And she says all this like while she's kind of looking up into the sky with her hands up in the air. And what she's saying is actually pretty hypnotizing for most of you. So much, in fact, that you start to lose your sense of time. And
no.
as the chanting continues, you can start feeling a vibration in the ground, and it's almost like a spiritual, just a tremor. You're not really sure where it's coming from, but you can feel it. It's just strange, and it's amplified somehow, maybe through these chants. Everyone now roll force, please.
Force?
Force, yep.
Okay.
Four. Okay.
Ah,
Jay say, okay.
Wow, that last dice was
Oh,
doing a cool trick there.
wait, what?
Alright, why didn't it show? Okay, so we got Jace and Ingrid. Okay. Kai, you are pretty tired right now. I think that the hypnotizing sounds and chanting and the vibration in the ground from people stomping their feet and chanting has just kind of lulled you into a sleep at this point. So you are now asleep.
sick.
Ingrid and Jace, you're awake. And this is when the fun begins. You see a couple people. They're kind of coming out of the darkness towards the fire, and you see that they're leading the horse with them. And you're kind of in a position right now where you're feeling really good, really warm, and just like in a good mood, and I guess in a sense kind of incapacitated for the moment. And that is when these two people sacrifice the horse directly in front of you. I won't go into detail. I'll save everybody that.
Ritual sacrifices. I wanted to
This-
hear about those. I'm kidding.
Yeah, I mean, this isn't particularly usual for or expected as part of this, right?
No, it is not. People are falling to their knees at this point, and like they're starting to cry, but they're saying thank you as they like raise their arms up into the sky, almost as if they're shouting to somebody.
Okay.
And Jace, because you're awake, and you have the highest empathy here, so we're going to say that while this is all happening, you kind of see a shadow observing you from the forest. But as you turn to look, it's gone.
Okay. Jay say, okay. It's a celebration. Nevermore. We're gonna be a part of it.
So
And this is like,
you got to broke out
actually,
there. I didn't hear what you said.
They say, okay, no more mushrooms for the breakfast for today.
Do you guys want to do anything at this point, or you just want to proceed to the next part?
Continue.
Yeah, I was gonna ask,
Oh.
can I be alarmed? You kind of said we were kind of like lulled, like we were.
Yeah, you're
Yeah,
kind of
Kathleen.
like just in a trance, I guess, like just kind of vibing to the chanting, and you feel it's making you feel pretty good and pretty cozy.
Yeah, I mean, I would think a natural reaction would be to be quite alarmed, especially when nobody else is being alarmed. That's especially alarming.
Yeah.
I guess the only thing I guess she might do is she might try and watch the people carefully, listen, like not like just to listen to the words that they're saying for clues. If that makes sense.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, they
Right.
keep they were actually repeating what I had just said earlier about the Lady of Fire, Lady of Love.
Right. Yeah. But yeah, she's just cluing in, trying to like. There's something odd going on here, but she's nervous, probably a little nervous, a little
Yeah.
a little maybe a little afraid. I can say because this was a celebration, she wouldn't have brought her pistol because with all the drinking going on, it would probably be more likely to be a danger than a help. So
Right.
probably wishing that she had it now, but just kind of like stay incognito.
See, the odd thing is like, despite how like brutal the sacrifice of this horse was, you guys don't feel in danger.
Yeah, well, see, that's even more alarming.
Yeah, like you're feeling pretty good.
Yeah.
And now Jace is supposedly seeing a shadowy figure watching him from the forest, but we're not sure.
Fun.
If anybody would like to, except for Kai, because you're sleeping, Jace, Jace or Ingrid, you guys can roll a learning to see who they may be referring to in this little chant that they're saying.
Okay.
Please,
I'm sure you probably have an idea, but hey, look at that.
Oh, nice.
Very nice. So,
So we'll like share a look and be like, look at each other, like a knowing look,
like
about to speak, and then we realize like each of us know what this is.
Because when they said Lady of Fire, Lady of Love, you probably assume they're talking about Freya.
Oh,
God. Darn it. I'm asleep.
And Jace is for Ray. You know, he's not for the country. I don't know what is the word.
I just typed it in the chat. Freya.
Oh,
she's a Norse goddess.
So
just a
yeah,
Norse goddess, she says.
Yeah, just the Norse goddess. Yeah. So yeah, Ingrid would
Norse goddess.
look at Jace, and then would like look at Kai, and then notice that he's has been resting his eyes for quite a while now, and will just kind of like nudge him with her foot, or maybe let's say she has like a I don't know, an umbrella. It's spring; it could rain, right? She has like an umbrella, kind of like a cane thing, and she'll kind of like poke him a little bit. See if she can wake him.
What?
Well, I don't know if she does wake him, but she tries to.
Do you want me to roll for it?
No, you'll still be sleeping.
Ah,
sorry.
I can try to wake up with the friendly punch to wake up.
Well, as a matter of fact, you guys are both starting to feel pretty sleepy at this point too.
Oh no.
So we're gonna say that you're all asleep now.
Ah.
And yeah, so it must have just been the chanting and the rhythm that just kind of lulled you to sleep. But that you have pretty pleasant dreams, as a matter of fact. Things are fine. When you wake up, you're resting on the ground. Despite sleeping on the ground, you're feeling very energetic and well rested. And the woman that you met the night before, sitting right next to you, and she's pretty much just waiting for you guys to wake up. She says, "Good morning." And she holds out her hand to shake it, and she says, "I'm Michaela."
I'm just gonna.
Jace wake or with wake alone.
I'm not sure I understand what you mean.
Yes, this, sorry, rusty English back.
Oh.
Yeah.
All right.
Yeah.
So as she reaches out to shake your hands, she then offers all of you coffee and water and some fresh fruit. It's like actually quite a full spread for being outdoors. It's pretty nice. And as she's placing all of this stuff in front of you and pouring coffee, she says to you, "I immediately recognized you when I saw you in the crowd. You're from Castle Girlenkrutz, aren't you?"
Yes.
You know us because we are public figures.
She looks at you, Jace, and she says, well, I know of, well, you know, and she points at her eyes. She's referring to the site. She says that she knows of the site, and she does not have it herself, but she's very well aware of it. As a matter of fact, she mentions that her father had a lot of dealings with the society, so that's how she was pretty well aware of their dealings and what they do.
Yeah, Ingrid's going to be
They's
a little.
gonna,
Sorry, go ahead, Aloy.
yeah, they's gonna see her and gonna ignore and say, no, I think this happened, and we know what happened. And he tries to ignore this saying, like, I know what to do. And it's like, nope, you don't know. Yeah.
You had something to say there, Ingrid?
Yeah, she's going to be a little bit chilly toward her. She won't shake her hand or partake of the refreshments and say, why did you bring us here? And I'm not sure that I approve of animal sacrifices, even if they are for. She'll kind of turn and give a little nod toward Kai, for his benefit, Freya.
Mm-hmm. Well, I suppose if you don't want any, that's fine. I mean you no harm, I assure you. And, well...
I'm gonna eat it.
Okay. Yeah, nothing happens. It's just regular food.
I eat it. I'm fine.
As you're eating, she says, I need your help. You see, a few months ago, our leader, Ira, was attacked by an evil man in this forest. He stole from her, and then she and several members of our group went out to find him to get justice. And however, they just never returned, and I worry something terrible has happened. So that's why I need your help.
And this
And
why
you singled. How did you? Before Aloy has a chance to, I'm just gonna quickly interject. I'm sorry, Aloy. I'm gonna say, so why us?
Well, you're members of the society, are you not?
Yes, but why wouldn't you go to the police for this?
Well, I suppose this situation isn't really something that the police can handle.
Are you saying that there was something else involved, that's why we're involved?
Yes, that's exactly what I am saying.
Oh.
Let's see. So
this is like
what?
so this is sorry.
No, go ahead.
This is this why you sacrifice a horse in front of us? I don't know what you mean because you're super suspicious, madam. You say you have a eye. We have my 2 eyes in you for the moment.
Well, the
This
horse
is like,
the horse is a sacrifice we do every year. I don't understand the problem.
I look at Jace and I say, I mean, if it's something they do every year, I don't see the problem with it, but
you're not sure if it's like this is a secretive thing because you're not aware of it. Like this was not something that you guys have ever seen before.
Right.
Or heard of.
Yeah, however...
Right? Or, I mean, heard of around town. Like, nobody at the festival is like, come and see the big horse sacrifice of, the animal sacrifice.
Yeah, that's kind of like I basically go on that tangent of like, well, you see, when we were like, and then I basically explain what Aminari just basically said, like, hey, this is something that we don't ever usually see in town.
Well, I certainly understand, but I assure you, we mean you no harm.
So you drugged
Okay.
us?
No.
Yeah, I don't
there
quite
was no
understand.
drugs.
If you were trying to ask for our help and earn our trust, I'm not sure why you would think that drugging or enchanting us and sacrificing a horse instead of
Yeah.
us would engender that
Mm,
trust.
I can assure
Can you
you
Like
that
please?
you
there were
can
no
kind of
drugs.
see why we're you can see why we're skeptical, though, correct?
I understand, but there were no drugs. I assure you, it was
It
just
really felt
coffee.
like we
and
were drugged.
they say on the last thing, this this last thing you do of in the shadows, and this is completely necessary. I don't like it.
Hmm.
Yeah, I
Further,
really don't like the.
you spoke of sending your own members out seeking, and she raises her hand and does the air quotes justice, but individuals don't seek justice. The law seeks justice,
And individuals usually seek revenge.
vengeance or revenge. Yes, it's And now you want
So
to enlist us in your little crusade?
Mm. Yes, as a
I'm
matter of
sorry,
you're
fact.
I'm
hiding
extremely
something from
skeptical.
us. That's why we're trying to kind of understand the situation in our own way. We're not trying to um we're just trying to get down to the bottom of it.
Okay, well, let me start from the beginning. Okay.
That would be much appreciated. Thank you very much.
Yeah.
Well, let's see. It was a few days ago. It's maybe 2 days north of this location here. Uh, our
Yep.
leader, Ira, was attacked, and I was with her, and I managed to escape, thankfully, but she was kidnapped. And the man who attacked us, he called himself the Prince. He was rich and haughty and believed he's better than everybody else, I guess, but he's nothing more than
Sounds
a
like a prince.
thieving snake. But he was after something that belonged to Ira, the Bersingamen. Have you ever heard of it?
I can't say that I have.
Hang on a second, I'll type it in here. So the Bersingamen is a golden necklace that was apparently worn by Freya.
And why
Oh,
did he
I
want
was
it?
thinking of the Briss Singaman. I was thinking of like persimmon,
Ah,
like the fruit.
Yeah, let me show you a
Brief.
picture of it. Hang on a
Yeah,
sec.
Cool.
yeah, I'm not gonna spell this. Sorry, I don't gonna break some ears with my
Fancy.
spelling.
So that is the
Ah.
Bersingamen.
okay. Yes, I
And-
have heard of these before.
Yes. So Kai, you especially would know stuff about this, but well, he took the necklace from her, and you understand that this necklace belonged to Freya. We must get it back. And I don't understand
as in,
why he
like-
would do that.
Is it like the goddess Freya?
Yes.
I'm gonna turn to both Ingrid and Jace and just say, why do we keep wrapping ourselves up in this stuff?
You keep finding
Yeah,
us.
she kind of shakes her head and
James,
says,
James,
"Yes,
right,
this is who they sacrificed the equine to last night, and they were all chanting."
I don't know. I slept through that, so
You're like,
Yes,
"What?
I
A
tried
horse
I tried to
sacrifice?"
wake you, but you seemed to be, I don't know, I don't know if drugged or just hypnotized or something.
I think I was just
Yeah.
asleep.
There were no
Jace
drugs
is
involved,
like,
I assure you.
Jace is like, start to talk to God, and the sacrifice, I pass off this. Good luck with your crusade. All good, but I don't want to be part of this.
Jace, you're coming
Around,
with us.
Everybody roll me an observation, please.
Ah,
Wow.
who I die?
Yeah, I don't know if I should
More
bother.
dice, more. Oh,
I suppose I could, but
wow.
Oh, I did succeed that. Okay,
A
It's all right.
3 success?
I'll take it.
So
How much? Sorry.
Kai and Jace, You're watching Michaela as she's speaking to you about how this all went down with Ira, and how this prince took the Brisingamen from her and kidnapped her. Uh, However, she's kind of giving off like this vibe, like she's not telling you everything about this story.
I've kind of gathered that.
Yeah. However, she does start to describe Ira to you. She tells you that Ira is kind of short and she's very energetic. She's also in her mid 70s. She has short white hair and green eyes. And not to mention, she's also the leader of the Venatus here.
Ah,
Of the banana.
that makes
What
more
is it, Randy?
sense. I thought we were just looking for some random old lady.
Nope.
That
The
makes
banana.
way more
Refresh my
sense than I
memory
thought
on
it
who that
was. Huh?
Sounds familiar, but now I did the exact details. I'm trying to remember who
The
that
Venatus
Venatus
here were the group of people that worshipped Freya.
Yup.
Okay.
The first
Gotcha.
mystery.
They were obsessed with the green stones,
Yup.
and I don't know if you noticed the picture that I showed you, but it's got a big fat green stone in the center.
Lovely.
Oh, wait. Oh,
Yup.
okay. I need a
Was,
soul expanded.
Was there a gentleman by the name of Franzibald involved in this group at one point?
Franzbald.
Oh.
No, I don't think that name sounds familiar. Perhaps somebody else might know, but not me.
Okay. Just trying to connect the dots here, because I have a friend named Franzibald, and he wore a similar necklace with a green emerald on it, essentially, or a jade jewel of sorts.
He wore, meaning not anymore. I'm so sorry.
It's a long story. It's okay. We've learned that two things are inevitable in this life: life and death.
You're correct. So,
Ingrid just kind of stares at her still, and she squints her eyes a little bit, and then she says, "So why are you coming to us? This
Yes, that is a very
man,
good
Prince,
question.
stole a piece of jewelry, which you believe belonged to Freya. Why not involve the police?" And then she kind of like taps her temple, but like, next to her eye, and says, "Why would you think that we should be involved?"
she kind of like gets in a little bit closer to you, Ingrid, and starts to whisper, and she says, "I don't think the prince is human."
Oh,
Oh. Oh no.
oh.
Well,
Well,
perhaps
isn't
you
that
should try
just
and
lovely?
explain why it is that you think that.
Well, it's hard to explain, but when Ira was attacked, he exhibited snake-like tendencies, I suppose. I don't think that makes any sense, though. The way he spoke almost sounded like a snake. And I swear I saw a forked tongue.
Huh.
Yeah, Ingrid will just look
Okay.
at Kai and, as if with her eyes questioning, like, does this sound like something familiar?
I'm
She
just trying to
knows he's
think of
you're more
my
learned.
limited knowledge of Norse mythology.
Well, that's okay. You guys are part of the society, so you might already know. So let's go ahead and roll a learning, please.
Jace is like, yeah, super strange. He is found like a snake. We're gonna ignore
I
Jace do
most
the
definitely
same thing.
succeeded with that.
You always succeed at learning stuff because you're a big book nerd. You
A
nerd.
big bookworm nerd. Yep, I'm not gonna roll. Just she's like depending on Kai for this because she knows he's always
Jace
got
is so
his
smart.
I'm trying to
Kai and
think of my
Jace.
my actual knowledge of Norse mythology because, if I remember correctly, the what's the name of the girl that we're talking with? What is her name?
Michaela. I'll put it in the
Michaela.
chat.
Okay, so
Another theater, but not
I know
I don't
Freda
know.
has a really weird way of appearing to mortals in the form of a teenage girl or a young adult woman. So I'm just trying to like, you know,
That's Michaela.
Oh, the girl we gonna find or the
No, that's the woman
or
you're
she
speaking to
gonna?
right now.
okay.
Oh, okay. They say.
Um, so
I'm gonna
Maybe.
I'm gonna look at Michaela and say, if you are a god, I am going to lose my shit.
she kind of blushes and she says, Last I checked, I'm not."
And I'm just gonna be like, Freya, if you're listening, I am going to figure something out.
It is like what? They have no idea what that thing is like. Content, please. I feel I lost something.
I basically I look at Jason explain in Norse mythology, a lot of people are not always what they say to be. And I think back to the story of Thor, um, and he basically transforms himself into a woman to basically figure out where his hammer went at one point. In Norse mythology, there was that whole, like, they explored it in a video game, but I'm literally like at the crest of, if I see another god in the next 3 days, I am going to scream.
Well, last I checked, I'm not, but I'll let you know if I find anything out, I guess. Kai and Jace, with your successful learning roles, when she mentions the speaking like a snake and the forked tongue that she supposedly saw, there's only one thing that you can think of that kind of matches this description, and that is a lindworm.
I'm gonna say
Oh,
lucky
lovely.
for a moment, but thank you.
Now, lindworms are incredibly serpent-like, which would explain the serpent forked tongue and all that stuff that this prince supposedly had. You'll also know that the lindworm is incredibly magical, and that there's a old legend that says that if you ingest the flesh of a lindworm, you can gain magical powers yourself.
Oh, okay. I have idea what happened, but no idea because maybe not. But yeah.
So,
Hey,
go ahead.
So Ingrid, what I'd like to do is she's going to kind of finger her brooch, the green gem, and trying to just examine like the details of this Michaela and kind of open up. And I'd like to try and use my sixth sense talents. I guess she's not technically. I don't know if a basin and a god are the same thing, but probably
No,
on. No. Maybe she's a basin, and just try and figure out if she's something more than she appears. By just, I don't know if that's possible or
And
not.
she just asks questions as you're trying to hover near her.
It's like inspecting her.
What are you doing?
Right, just looking at looking at the details, like how she moves.
Yep.
You know, maybe she, if she created a body for herself, maybe she didn't. Maybe her bones move a little differently, or something is just a little off about her. Just inspecting, looking for those details.
It's hard to tell when half the stuff in this game can shapeshift.
That's why we're trying to figure it out.
Yeah.
Right.
No, from your
We're skeptical because we don't believe things are what they
Yeah.
say they are.
And trying to use that, the user sixth sense. So
Yeah, so with the Sixth Sense, you can tell without a doubt that Michaela is 100% human.
okay,
Okay.
there we go. Sorry, I had to put. I think Jay's mind at ease more than Kai's.
Yeah.
Oh, Jay, I can do
Everybody's
something.
skeptical.
No, like-
you guys have been dealing with a bunch of shit this entire game, so it's
Yeah, I mean, we just
It's
ran
weird
across
to just
the
have some
Shinigami, and we
normalcy,
just,
you
and then
know?
before that there was the Frost Giant lady, and then
this is the first
So-
normal
This is
person you've met.
Yeah, right, exactly. That's what I'm trying to be like not so skeptical about, but it's just the skepticism is there.
Yep, I understand.
Yeah,
What a-
maybe.
What a strange creature, a human.
What
I
are
didn't think your
those?
kind exists anymore.
You were gonna say something, Nate?
Like I'm gonna say we are thinking what happened with Michaela because it's the first normal person we know in a long time.
You guys have met a lot of
Not
people, but
only-
most of them have been pretty terrible people for the most part.
Yeah.
So,
I'm gonna
Michaela.
say
Oh, good. Sorry, Eloy.
I can roll something to see we can have more information of this because
More
Jason
information
really
about
lots about the prince, the prince, yeah, the
You
prince.
mean
Prince?
more information on the prince?
Yes,
Mhm.
Yeah, unfortunately, there's not much other detail to give.
Well, I would like to ask a question of Michaela to find out more.
Sure.
So you say you sent this hunting party or expedition or whatever it is.
Yes.
How many were they, and how were they equipped? Who were they?
Well, they were just people from the Venatus here. There was, let's see, 3 of us, and well, we went with spears, and there was even somebody with a rifle.
And what happened?
We were. Well, I don't know. I don't know what happened. I don't remember. All I remember is just not being there. I must have kept running. I must have blacked out or something. I don't know. But all I know is that my friends weren't there with me, and they were gone. And I haven't seen them since then.
Okay.
okay, the Parwin, he say he cannot remember. I can still say the truth.
So we just kind of continue trying to find it, probing on Michaela for information as we walk back to the old village portion rather than in the field that we're in.
Yep. So, go ahead.
No, go ahead. Sorry, I was just trying to finish my thought, but it escaped my mind.
Yeah. So as long as you guys are accepting this invitation from Michaela, you guys can head back and celebrate and roleplay for a while, or you can just skip on over to the castle where you can prep for your journey if you like, whichever you prefer.
I guess Ingrid would ask Kai, it's like, do you think, sounds like something was done to her memory, because she has a big gap right when the essential part is, and it seems like that this...
Yeah.
Do you
You're
think,
getting what
suppose, maybe
I'm-
you could hypnotize her or something, and maybe try and
You would know.
find out
that,
more?
You guys would know with your learning rolls about the lindworm that it does have the power to control people.
Well, not Ingrid, though. Which is why I'm asking Kai.
Right. Yeah.
Yeah, I would.
Kai would know this, and Jace.
Essentially, that's what I'm trying to like. I'll explain that to her, and I'm saying they do have the power to alter memories.
Any chance that we could perhaps help her recover them? It would help to know. I don't even know where we're supposed to be going to for this person. Do we know that?
Michaela, she looks at you and she says, "I can lead you there. I know exactly where it is."
I'm sure you do.
She didn't.
I'll
She
say,
didn't
all
do
right,
that in a
Ingrid,
malicious
all
way.
right.
She remembers where they had gone before the attack, but that was
Mhm.
all she remembers.
Yeah, but I mean, it's like, okay, we got a creature that can like change people's minds, and then this person is like luring us to it, and it's like she's a little bit like, yeah.
A little skeptical of the situation.
Is she? I mean, she's I don't know, maybe she's a little paranoid, but you know, this seems like
you and me both, Ingrid. You and me both.
I've seen some
Yeah.
shit, man.
You know, a convenient memory gap, but the one survivor who doesn't know how she got away and is now like, "Hey, come with me. I'll lead you right to him."
Sounds like
nothing
and the
suspicious
fact
about that.
that she's completely human. I don't know, man.
This is the invitation to your next mystery, by the way.
I'm going
no,
to
I know.
say
I'm
that
trying to
we'll
figure out how to get there.
Yeah.
We're gonna say that we'll accept the invitation, but we're kind of just continuing. I'm gonna catch up with. Would you say that the rest of my family would be in town as well for the celebration?
Of course. Yeah, it's like the biggest
Okay.
celebration of the year, so this is like huge for Uppsala is to have the Valborg celebration.
And Michaela doesn't have the site,
No.
but her father did business with us.
Correct. At least that's the way she explained it.
Okay.
So perhaps, maybe some obscure thing in the past, but you're not really sure.
I'll ask the butler when we return to the castle.
Oh.
That's all. I'm just gonna basically try to figure out what kind of business they did with us,
Okay.
just so I can have some backstory when we return.
Sure.
But I'm going to catch up with with my family, and I'm going to, because I don't believe that Ingrid and Jace have met my wife and kids yet, so I think that's an introduction that's going to happen.
Nice.
Okay, we can do that.
Oh, we're gonna introduce. You're gonna introduce Jace.
I have to pull up the
Your wife
notes here.
and kids.
Yep. Trying to remember
This is nice.
where her name is mentioned here.
Does your wife have the site?
I would say that she probably does, since she I guess I would say that she does.
Okay.
But I guess I don't really know.
Also, we're
Yeah,
Japanese
it's
people are
like-
weird, man. I tell you what.
Today, but that's okay.
Sorry.
No, it's fine. Are you just looking for the name? Is that what you're doing?
I guess I don't have her named.
Oh boy. Well, we can just
Yeah.
make one up on the fly.
We'll just make one up on the fly. Her name will be Yui.
Yui. I like it. And she's Japanese, right?
Yes.
Got it. So, actually, Japanese people in Uppsala is a extremely uncommon thing. So her here celebrating is great and everything like that, but she's kind of getting some like strange looks, I would assume, mainly because people aren't used to seeing Japanese people here.
I would definitely agree there that she is definitely, like, she's not uncomfortable because she's been through some stuff, but
Right.
I would definitely say that she is out of place, but enjoying herself in the moment.
Good. And
we kind of
just introduce.
Yep. So, we're gonna go into one of the places at the market that they have during the celebration.
Mm-hmm.
That's one of the things I do remember that they have in modern day.
Yep.
Because it is a modern day thing too, apparently.
Oh yeah.
The festival. So we're gonna go to one of the market stalls, and there's going to be my family. I'm going to walk up to them and appear, but like I'm surprising them, saying, "Hi, how are you?" And Yui's gonna jump and say, "Josh, it's nice," or "Kai, it's nice to see you." And Kai is just going to pat the kids on the head and say, turn to the rest of the group and say, "Hi, everybody. Let me introduce you to my wife and kids." So Leo and Jen, or Jennifer, these are some of my colleagues from work.
Ingrid will nod respectfully toward them. Good to meet you.
They, they say hi, try to not be creepy, but be more creepy. Yeah, they say hi with the hand.
Maybe you should do like a
And
magic trick to make them feel at ease.
yes, I can do this. Uh, Jesus, I need to find a magic trick because I don't have. I always a bit lack of imagination in this moment. But
I'm
yes,
going to
yes,
look at Jace as Kai and say, Jace, they like card tricks.
yes, I do
Jace, if you're
magic trick.
gonna do a magic trick, go ahead and roll me an inspiration.
Okay.
Holy moly.
Ooh,
2 successes. So
ooh.
yeah, you pull out a deck of cards. Like you had this like it was probably like in your hand, ready to go. Like you had your hands in your pockets, and the kids are like, "I love magic tricks with cards." So you pull out your deck, and I don't know what kind of trick are you doing.
Uh, okay. I do a trick and I like do a a pool of cards and I reveal one and I send it to the to the give me a moment. Uh, uh,
The
uh,
kids.
I throw up to the sky and I spawn the card in my hand.
Oh.
Like, yeah. So
Neat.
I try to
No, that works.
That's
Great,
fine.
great.
And then
yeah.
after that, we can play 52 pickup, and then you send the cards flying all over the place, and the kids have to pick it up.
And the kids enjoy it. That's the thing.
Yay! Nice.
Fly, fly, like
Jennifer and Leo are definitely at the age that they will do it just because it's fun, and there was no protest.
Michaela is standing next to you as well. She kind of just went along with you guys as you walked back towards the festivities, and she's like kind of standing behind you. She's like playfully waving at your kids and stuff like that. She's being friendly and nice. And
And
Avery, I would say, is at this point probably chasing Milu, who is on the search for some food. Milu's probably smelling all sorts of good stuff being at this festival.
I would definitely say so.
yeah.
But I think just for the sake of this particular part of the mystery, we'll say that Avery was with you. I know I didn't really go into great detail what happened with Avery, but he experienced the same stuff you guys all did. Okay, so it's getting. Michaela, she speaks up and she says, "It's getting pretty late now. I suppose you probably want to head back to the castle. I can meet with you in the morning. Just meet me back at, well, let's say right here. Can you meet me here?"
I look to the rest of the group and say, "What do you think?"
Yeah.
Sounds
oh,
good to
good.
us.
Great. Well, thank you so much. I really, really, really appreciate all of your help. But I was so afraid that nobody would be able to help me with this. And you can tell that she's like being very sincere about her thankfulness, and she's not giving off any bad vibes either. Still, like she's just like 100% friendly and nice.
Cool.
Yes, it's Sky White,
I bet
not bad
Ingrid's probably
fight.
side-eyeing her probably still.
Oh yeah, she's like, we probably should check this out, but she's like,
I don't know about you. I get it.
yeah.
Mhm.
Well, just like not that she thinks that she's like deliberately like being a bad person, other than like the casual animal sacrifices, but just that she's maybe being manipulated by this prince. If
Understood. Yeah. I
and
know what
just
you mean.
like the trying to remember the Venatiseer, like wasn't Sigrid one of them too?
Yes. Sigrid
Mhm.
Yeah,
Magnusson.
yeah, and I didn't like her either. Or Ingrid didn't like her either.
Mhm.
So, like, now we're working for them? It's like,
Well, just because you met two bad people doesn't mean they're all bad, I suppose.
yeah, but aren't they the ones who locked Amanda up in the insane asylum?
That would have been Sigrid, yeah. She had all of that stuff orchestrated in a way where she was
Seems pretty
pumping
bad.
I'm going
accident
to
people into the asylum.
approach Michaela and ask her about Sigurd directly.
Oh.
I'm going to go, what is the deal with Sigurd Magnusson?
Well, that's a good question. She's very secretive, for one. She never speaks to me. She speaks with Ira quite a bit, though, or at least she used to before Ira was kidnapped.
Ah, okay.
I'm
And I'm going to take out
sorry
my
I
little
don't know much
notebook and just
more.
write things down.
Yeah. She apologizes. She doesn't know a whole heck of a lot about the goings-ons.
But the name rings a bell, essentially.
Yeah, she knows who Sigrid is. She knows who Ira is. Ira is the leader of the Venatiseer.
Mm-hmm.
Michaela, on the other hand, is just like, a lowly, just like a member of this particular group.
Ah,
She
okay.
doesn't have any pull or sway in anything political that happens within the group.
Okay.
Yeah. I mean, Ingrid is half ready to think that maybe the prince is actually, like, the wronged party here. So.
Well, we'll have to see. So now.
I mean, they're
They,
the ones that killed our guy,
Mm-hmm.
So,
Killed your guy, you
yeah.
mean Franzwald?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
That was Lisa that killed him.
Yeah, but she's also one of the Venatiseer.
Lisa wasn't Venatiseer.
Oh, she wasn't? Oh, no, she was the
Sig.
anti-Venatiseer, wasn't it?
Yeah, Lisa was the one that you met in back
Mm-hmm.
in
Yeah.
the mines, and she had
Yeah.
Yep.
the first
Yeah.
the head
mystery.
of what's his face, Franzbald.
Franzbold.
So
Yeah.
she's
So
not
she's,
That's right.
she's only a psycho. Okay.
Okay.
So now I will present all of you with an opportunity to go back to the castle and prepare
Yep.
yourself with an advantage for the upcoming travels.
Sounds like a plan.
Yes. I can have a little thing with Mikhail. Mikhail.
Michaela.
Michaela, yep.
Michaela. Michaela. I'm gonna add something because you know about this mystery Bonasir thing. Maybe
You're
I can add something.
you're asking her if
Yeah.
she knows about the Venatiseer?
No, for other things, other mystical weird things.
Oh, no, I don't think so.
Ah, okay.
Let me just turn that off. Got some wind. And let me see here. Okay, so you're gonna go back to the castle. What is everybody gonna do to create an advantage for themselves?
Get it out of your system. I know you want to. Yeah, I can tell.
I'm going to um
Good job, dude.
just continue doing some research about Freya and the gem that she was wearing. And then Iroha, or Iro, whatever her first name is. Iroha? I don't remember. Just kind of doing some research on like the goddess Freya and like what she means in Norse mythology and that kind of stuff.
Okay. Got it. So for that, I think we'll just keep your original advantage that you have set in there already for +2 to learning rolls, so you can use
Okay.
that for this next mystery.
Cool.
And who wants to go next?
Okay, me.
Mm-hmm.
Jay gonna in the castle gonna lock his room and uh, in the full darkness he gonna start to meditate and read his strange book. The book he always have how do magic,
Mm-hmm.
how do magic trick in Fire Step, but not in Fire Step. But you know the book he always have. He
Yeah.
gonna read and he starts to open a door. He don't maybe he don't wanna open, but he don't know. So he's
Are you
recovered.
referring to the revenant that you might have? That door?
Um, yes, I forgot this part. But yes, we can see.
All right.
I
So
forget I have.
you're gonna
I
let.
know I have something,
Yep.
but I always forget what is. And yes, yes, I open a bit more the door.
Mm. So something must have triggered what happened, because it sounds like the revenant wants to come out. And you're kind of, well, now that you've locked yourself in your room there and you have that book and you're looking through it, uh, you're not really sure what it is, but it's there, and you're almost like competing with who's in control of your body at this point. Is it Jace or is it the Revenant?
JC is like, sorry, sorry, sweetie, whatever. But today is my turn, so you can continue sleep
Mm.
in, back in your dark realm.
So you're gonna say that to the Revenant?
Yes, like, not today. We
Mm.
continue this collaboration partner worship, you
Okay,
know.
got it. So let's go ahead, seeing how you are kind of competing with the Revenant inside right now. Let's go ahead and keep your +2 inspiration advantage. I think that kind of
Yes.
sticks with this. But now you definitely have the Revenant that is going to try to get out. So just keep that in mind.
Ooh.
You don't know
I
when
have a
it'll
perfect
happen.
name of. Sorry, what?
I said you don't know when it'll happen either.
Yes.
And what were you
I don't
saying
know
about a
what
name?
happened. Name of who?
Um, if you want to give me a name, I can give it that name. If you want,
Oh, a name for my.
for your Revenant, the one that's inside of you.
Oh, I. Oh, okay, okay. I gonna.
The,
I
Is it
have a good
Norse
name.
mythology that revenants become weaker when they have the name added to them?
Well, I mean, we don't know what Kai's backstory is, but I mean, typically revenants don't have a power tied to their name in
Right, right.
in Vaesen.
Okay.
Oh, this isn't like I gonna say it isn't like Warhammer. If you have my real name is we're
No,
gonna
no,
die.
no, it's not like that. There was actually like a lot of different folklore stories from like throughout. I've been reading a lot of this stuff lately, like where a lot of things are tied to their names. So if you learn their names, that's how you defeat them, stuff like that.
Oh, okay,
But
okay. Yes, I'm
that's
like
not applicable to this situation because a revenant is not defeated by knowing its name.
okay. It's like put in a mirror and say 3 times my name.
Yeah. Nope, none of that.
Hmm.
Okay,
And what is Ingrid
give me
doing to prepare for her advantage?
just a moment.
Right. So since we've been here for a while back in the town, so she is going to, as usual, gonna have to go to the hospital and deal with her patients and making sure that and then she had outstanding are going to be taken care of, and then she's going to ask around the hospital. So based on the general area where Michaela had talked about that we're going a couple of days travel north.
Mm-hmm.
She's going to ask around the hospital for a contact of maybe like a doctor from up in that area.
Well,
somebody that,
where you're going is strictly forest. So there's really nobody that you would know of, like no contacts or people.
the prince lives in the middle of nowhere.
Yes.
Oh.
I mean, technically
Sounds like
you
a
don't know that
princely,
yet, but Michaela will tell you that when you see her after you're done preparing. But yeah, you guys are going on foot through the forest. There's no roads.
Lovely.
Okay,
Not
I
even
have a
mounts.
name.
We don't get
Sorry.
This is
mounts.
seeming even worse. This is like I'm really
Yeah,
stretching
right,
to figure out
right.
why would I
Mhm.
go and do this? Like let me stick my head into a bear trap and activate it, kind of thing. It's like what I was looking for was some sort of like another person who was independent of this Michaela, so that there's somebody that we can talk to in the area that could be trusted. But now we're like, no, like, please, stranger, come off into the middle of nowhere and with me. Like, nothing could possibly go wrong. Like, we're just hunting a creature that, like, oh, my 2 companions were, bad things
Fucking
happened.
bacon.
And I don't remember what, but everything will be fine.
Nothing.
Yeah.
It'll be fine. You'll be okay.
Yeah.
Nah, that's what they all say.
Yep.
That's what all DMs say. And then we die.
Nobody's
No.
gonna die.
I'm not worried about that. I'm just more like the
I'm
whole
just saying
situation
that
is just
based
seeming
on
really.
experiences.
Yeah, no, just
We're
I'm trying to
gonna
think of it in my character. Like it just seems super sketchy. It's like, yeah, okay,
Yeah.
these
Right.
people, they're delusional. Like she has her memories blank. They like believe in ritual sacrifice. She's connected to these other people that I also really hate. And it's like, like, oh yeah, we're going off into the middle of nowhere to. Yeah, I'm just.
Any
Yeah.
normal
Sorry, I'm
person
kind of
at this
struggling with
point
it.
would have been like, go find somebody else to do this job because I'm not doing it.
Right.
I'm not gonna
Yeah.
say the last famous word all the people say.
Yeah.
Nothing
What's the
bad
worst that can
gonna
happen?
happen.
Right? Yeah, I'm fine. I have a good feeling about this. Right. So there's going to be nobody in the area that we can find. That was what I had been thinking of, was just to get an independent.
So you're looking
contact.
around. Let's go ahead and give you +2 to observation as a advantage.
Okay. Oh, do you want to put that? Are you going to put that on there, or do you want me to?
I can put it on there.
Okay. I didn't want to be typing over each other.
Yeah, I know I usually just let people do it, but
We'll just say that all of her extreme skepticism is doing that. So.
oops.
And she's definitely getting her pistol and packing extra ammunition.
There you go.
All right. I won't say what you wrote at the end. Okay, good times.
That's what it is, though.
Hmm.
But yeah. Okay. So
Solid. Nope.
let's say
Hey.
that I think Avery is going to. I think he's going to spend the time.
You could ask Doc in between sessions.
Yeah,
So.
that's fine. I'll do that instead. That's a good call. So I don't forget.
Yeah, she's gonna have to be filled in anyway, so she's up to speed.
Yeah. All right. Cool. All right. So everybody's got their advantage, and now it is morning time. The sun's just coming up, and you told Michaela that you were going to meet her in Old Upsala village again. So if anybody's not doing anything else first, we'll set out to Old Upsala village again.
Mhm.
Okay.
Yes. All good.
And
I put the name.
what?
You asked me what name I gonna put into
Oh yeah,
my.
yeah. Put it in the chat, and I'll add it.
I guess I put in the chat.
Yep. So sure enough, as you guys reach the Mounds of Upsala again, you see Michaela standing out in the center near where that bonfire was, and she waves to you, and she gives like a big toothy smile. She says, "Thank you so much for coming. I really appreciate this. You have no idea how much this means to me." And she says, "The journey is going to take about 2 days. 2 days north, I'd say, from here, and we'll be traveling through the forest. Unfortunately, that's where the prince lives."
Uh-huh.
So, is everybody ready to go?
So, you have no idea how grateful you are, huh? Something a little extra secret that you haven't shared with us?
What do you mean? I don't understand.
She just hums.
She's not getting what you're saying. She's just kind of
We're just kind of ad-libbing at this
Yeah.
point, so
No, that's fine.
Yeah.
All right. So as long as you guys are ready to get going, we'll
Okay.
take our trip into
Okay.
the forest to the north. So Michaela, she kind of leads the pack here, and she's leading you directly into this deep forest right here. Oh, I didn't realize that actually added the little line at the end. I updated the module and it added that. That's pretty cool. Anyways, so the forest is very dark and very deep, and it's a lot of tumultuous terrain, lots of rocks, and there's some paths here and there, but a lot of the stuff has been heavily wooded and overgrown, so it's been pretty difficult of a trek. And the first day is pretty uneventful. Towards the afternoon, I'd say, you guys reach like a quiet pond, and in the pond, well, is actually, I'm sorry. No, you don't reach the pond yet. My bad. Now you know there's a pond. Way to go.
Hey, what is a
I'm an
pond?
idiot. No, don't
what
worry about it.
pond? What?
Don't worry about it. I read it the wrong way. My bad. I read my notes in the wrong order because I'm an idiot. Anyways.
It's okay. We all have those days.
Don't worry.
Yep. So Michaela leads you through the forest, and eventually you come to a clearing. It's a relatively bare clearing. Both sides of this clearing are covered with large cliff rocks, and on top of the cliffs are large pine trees. It's a very narrow passageway, similar to like
Mhm.
just like I don't even know what you would really call it, but as you pass through it, it opens up into a relatively large gorge. And what's really interesting about this gorge is the fact that in the center of it, there are a ton of rocks that are laid out in a very odd formation. Definitely not natural. And let me get you a picture of what that is. Hang on a sec.
Yeah, there was a bear in the clearing.
A bear?
Jay. By the way, Jay, Ingrid, because we are in the same mood to, I don't trust in this person, so I say like, if something happens, I know what my dagger gonna go, like, to in the, this move the people do, in the,
Mm-hmm.
um,
I'm gonna add the picture
what?
for what you're seeing in the chat on Discord, just because I don't have it in Foundry just yet. But anyways, that is what it looks like. It's a very strange formation, and it's almost like whimsical in a way. It's like curved, and it just appears not natural whatsoever.
It's aliens, crop circles.
It does look like a crop circle, doesn't it? As you make your way down towards these rock formations, you hear a loud yell coming from one of the cliff sides to your right.
I'm going to grab my rapier and just keep it at the ready.
Okay.
I have my bayon. Give me a moment. My bayonet. Ooh, nice. In hand, like, okay,
Yeah, Ingrid tries to
ready
immediately
to.
take cover behind a tree.
Okay.
She's on edge.
Yeah, you don't see anything just yet. It was almost like, not like a scream per se. It almost sounded like almost like a battle cry or something like that.
Like a
If that
wind, the
like
wind
like
sound.
a battle scream, like somebody who's attacking. I don't know how to really explain that.
Oh, okay.
So that's what you heard, but you don't see anything just yet. However, you're noticing a lot of these very strange rock formations have a lot of different symbols on them. And let me just pull up my notes here. Hang on a sec. Where is my mystery?
Yeah, she's like,
There we go.
okay,
Okay.
Enchanted Forest.
So yeah, the strange symbols. If anybody wants to know what they are, roll learning, please.
Hell yeah.
Ingrid's busy
Learn
keeping
it?
an eye on the sound where that yell came from.
Okay. Hmm.
Whoa.
Let's see. So, Jace, your 2 successes. These symbols don't look familiar to you per se, but you've seen these before, and the reason you've seen these is because these are pretty popular in books. As a matter of fact, this is a symbol signifying that you are standing in an old battleground from the Viking Age.
Oh,
Oh.
Cool.
Nice.
Whoever's looking at the symbols, go ahead and roll me investigation, please.
So I roll investigation too?
Yeah. Anybody who's looking at the runes and stuff.
I'm not doing too hot.
And Ingrid, you're over there, kind of keeping an eye on things, right?
Yeah, she basically like took cover behind a tree. She's got her pistol out. She's kind of looking because that yell sounded maybe it wasn't like a friendly like "hello there" kind of
Yeah.
thing. So
Understood.
she's like keeping an eye out. So I mean, she'd look at the do the investigation if the others ask her to, but otherwise she's worried about like she's still got her suspicious
Yeah, understood.
stuff in her head going.
Ingrid, go ahead and roll me a vigilance check, please.
Okay. Assume does Eagle Eye count for this or not?
Yes.
Okay.
Look at you. So, up on the cliff, you don't see anything right now. The battle cry that you heard earlier, or at least you think that's what it was, you can't hear it anymore, so all is quiet. However, you must have just, like, picked up the sunlight just the right way, because you catch a glimpse of light reflecting off of something that's sitting below one of the stones near your feet.
Wait, there's something shiny near me, or the light is shining onto
There's
near
something
me.
shiny that the light is reflecting off of down near the stones, like on the ground.
Oh, okay. Yeah, she'll look in that
Okay.
direction then and see, because maybe there's more.
Yep. So your successful vigilance, when you pull that sword out from underneath the rock, this thing is huge, by the way. This is a massive Viking sword that you just found. And
She will.
you're not sure how anybody could even lift this thing, like, or swing it, to, given its size. It's massive. It's about the size of a full-grown man. That's how big this sword is. And it's probably a few hundreds and hundreds of years old, that I would say. And that is when
How good
you
a shape
hear,
it is in.
it's very rusty. Very, very,
Okay.
very rusty. The glimpse of light that caught the metal must have just been like maybe on the sword hilt where you found it.
I mean, yeah, maybe a bit of silver. I mean, not silver. Maybe a little bit of gold or something, or
Yeah,
a
it was
gemstone or
just
something.
enough to catch the light, and that's
Okay.
how you found it. But as you picked up the sword and kind of looked out over it, you also heard that battle cry again. And as you look up above on the ridge where you heard the cry, you see a person standing on a horse. Not standing, sitting on a horse. And on closer investigation, it's Lisa.
There is
Lisa?
no
But,
fucking way.
but it's not Lisa, because as she turns her face, half of her face is skeletal. Almost in a ghostly, ethereal type way. Like you can see the outline of her skeleton just like over her face.
Is this not creepy to any of you guys by now?
Oh, yeah, no, jeez.
Another thing that's
Okay.
particularly weird about this situation, other than the fact that Lisa is here, is the fact that she's not dressed in her normal maid's attire that she had when she worked at Dagny's. No, she is wearing a Viking battle armor.
Is her horse at least normal looking?
The horse is normal
It's-
looking, yes.
Okay, good. I'm grasping for any sort of like things are still kind of maybe almost normal. So it's not like a half skeletal horse.
Nope.
So
Just-
that's
Okay.
good.
Just a half skeletal Lisa.
Yeah.
And
Yelling out
Great
battle
tale.
cries while in Norse armor. Can I hand the sword to
somebody
Uh,
else.
I'll
yeah.
take the sword.
Take this.
Well, no. We should hand it to Doc's character. He's the strongest, and he's not here. That's his punishment for not being here.
Yep.
Or her
If-
punishment.
Ah,
Your
Okay.
punishment is death. Good
And
luck.
and she's and her character's the strongest one, so it might be the one that could actually like hold it and use it, maybe.
I suppose.
All
I mean, are the
PVs,
are there any of the
right?
others particularly strong? I have a physique of Ingrid has a physique of 2. I mean, I have a physique of
I
2,
think
probably
that
2, but
yeah, the strongest person is Avery.
Avery,
He's got
yeah.
the most force. Let's see. So where were we? Yes, Lisa.
Question.
Sure. What's up?
All Kai, Ingrid, and Jace see this laser skeleton.
Mm-hmm.
We see all see her.
Yeah, you all see her.
Okay, Jace look and say,
Mm.
what in
And
the hell happened today?
and when she turned her face and you saw the skeletal face, you guys all immediately knew that she was also under the influence of a revenant, just like Jace.
Oh no.
So as she's standing there, with her sitting on her horse, I keep saying standing. I'm an idiot. Oh my god, I'm tired.
I mean, it's more impressive if she's standing on her horse, kind of.
Yeah, that is impressive if she was standing, but no, she's just going to be sitting, and she's now holding a rather large sword, very much like the one that you're holding, or were holding, Ingrid. And she yells out, "Reclaim what is ours. The brave shall feast with the gods in Valhalla." And she points her sword down towards you guys. And just as she says that, you hear the clanging of metal and armor rustling behind you.
Oh no.
Time to run away! Run
Ambush.
away!
And
Lovely.
as you turn
Let's run away.
around, there are 3 rather large Viking skeletal warriors standing in front of you. And they lift their swords up and they're ready to lunge.
Guys.
Yeah, I'm running away.
You're
I already said
Yeah.
it. Running.
okay.
Undead? Yeah, that's not cool.
Yup. I agree there. And I take off.
Jace is like, the hell happened today? And this is super strange, and we see more of the strange things in our way. So it's a big problem, and start to run.
Let me just check a quick combat thing here. I don't think that you guys have to roll anything, but let me just double check. Oh wait, here we go. Fleeing and chasing.
Oh wait, we're gonna fight with the skeleton.
Oh,
yeah.
no.
So if you guys are running, you have to roll agility, please. I'll make this
agility.
I'll make this a group check. So if you guys manage to get
Hey, we win.
you guys lucky.
Aye, agility. Okay.
Yep, I only needed 2 successes for that, so you guys are good.
Well, fortunately, we got exactly 2 successes.
Yeah.
Ow.
Does Michaela get out of there too?
Yes, Michaela's with you. She's
Okay. And Avery. And Avery's
she
dog.
doesn't really need to roll, but I can have her roll anyway, just for fun. She's got a 0 in agility though.
Does Avery drop the sword or bring it? Maybe it might just be better to drop it.
I think dropping it, considering the size of the thing, you're not going to carry around a giant man-sized sword, are you?
I mean, is it man height or like man weight or like
man height? Like it's as tall as a grown man.
I
So
don't
it's
know.
tall as me.
It's not like Cloud's Buster sword. It's not like 6 feet.
Aww.
It's not.
Yeah,
like
I
that.
mean,
It's
so I mean,
like,
it maybe weighs like what, 20 pounds?
Yeah, sure. I don't know the exact size.
I don't know how heavy that is for Avery. It's too heavy for Ingrid, but
I mean, if Avery...
A 20-pound sword is quite light.
That is... we can
I
say...
can use my.
I feel like Avery would want to keep the sword, honestly.
Yeah. Yep.
Oh, you know what?
100%
That
agree
is
with you
true.
there.
Avery is pretty avaricious,
Yep.
and he likes to gamble. So
That's true. So we're going to say that Avery takes the sword. He's just carrying this big-ass man-sized sword on his back because he can't fit it anywhere else.
yeah.
Sounds good.
See, I just did a lookup. The average weight of a claymore is 5.5 pounds,
Really?
according to Wikipedia.
That's light.
Yeah.
That's a lot lighter than I thought it was.
Swords are actually quite light.
I never knew.
They're much lighter than people usually think.
I've never actually
So.
held one for real, so I don't know.
Yeah, typical weight range was 4.9 to 6.2 pounds, depending upon specific design and construction. So that was for me a claymore, which is a pretty big sword.
Yeah,
Claymores are actually quite cool, though.
they are. I'm not sure what types of swords they used for Vikings, but
Claymore sounds about right.
yeah, I'd say that's pretty close. I don't know if they had a specific term that they used for
So
it. But...
so yeah, 20 pounds actually would be like quite.
That would
like,
be
that
Buster
would be
Sword
super
level.
heavy. Yeah, that would be pretty heavy.
Yep.
Like meteoric iron or something. I don't know.
That's right. All right, so we're gonna say that you guys successfully flee from this thing, and so that's good. Let me see.
What was that, Michaela?
I have no idea. I've never seen her. Who was that? Do you know her? You seemed very surprised.
Yes, we encountered her before.
Unfortunately, yes, we do know who she is.
Well, she didn't look like that before, though.
No, she did not.
She was just
But we do know who she is.
killing Franzibald.
Yeah.
Well,
I threw away.
she's
Stealing
gone
a
now.
stone.
After you guys managed to run away from those skeletal Vikings, you glance back up at the cliffs, and she's no longer there.
What in the actual?
So I guess you didn't. I guess you didn't see that. Did you come this way before through that burial site or whatever it was?
Yes, this is the way.
Is there any other way around?
This is the way that I know. I mean, I haven't tried anywhere else. This is the way that I was shown, and this is the way that we've always been.
Well, if we get away to the point where we feel kind of safe, then maybe you should look a little closer at this sword, because this seems to be kind of tied to something. Maybe it has some significance.
I would definitely say so.
Roll learning.
Hey, I like those.
Okay. JC's like,
I failed
Oh no!
all of my rolls.
Oh no! All right,
I
I
forgot the
like
advantage.
this.
Shoot.
that's all right.
Oh,
So go for it.
This
Didn't
isn't
get
like
more than one.
this isn't like one of those critical things either, there, Kai. So don't worry about it.
Okay.
Yeah, the sword that you grabbed, there's nothing like extravagant about it. It's very old, very rusty. The only thing that you can think of is that maybe you picking up that sword had somehow triggered those Viking warriors to show up.
Yeah, I don't know. Sure, it seemed like a lot more like it was Lisa saying what she said, but maybe we'll see.
it's an enchanted sword.
He's got a sword.
A sword that's
Oh.
bigger than he is.
Yeah, I'm gonna say that Avery is not gonna use that as a weapon, though, just because, at least not for this part of the mystery. I'll wait until Avery's actually playing, and then I'll let him decide. But for now, he's just holding it.
I can
Well-
use this like a weapon.
I feel better.
Do we want to go back
What?
through the graveyard, or do we want to try and go around and maybe get lost?
No, Michaela's gonna be like, this way, and she's gonna keep pushing forward. Please follow me, and she leads you out of the gorge pretty quickly. Actually, you manage to get away from the skeletons, and now you guys are traveling through the forest again. And it's not long actually before you reach that pond that I had mentioned earlier. and it's a pretty big one actually. It's
You mean the pond that you didn't mention earlier?
right, yeah, that pond.
Yep. Mhm.
That one. However, this pond has a small cottage next to it. You're not sure who or where you are, or who this is that lives in this cottage, considering when you ran your check earlier there, Ingrid, nobody even made any mention of people living in this area, so it's not on the map.
Neat.
There is the cabin itself is kind of run down. It's a kind of a dark brown color, and I can give you a picture of that one too. One moment.
It's not made of candy, right?
It is not a candy house, no.
No.
I did not add pictures for that one too. My God, I've been slacking. Sorry. All right. It's coming. Where are you?
This is like too much strange thing for a day or 2 days. Or who knows? Uh, it's like
Yes. Okay. That is the cabin that you see. Next to the pond.
oh,
It's starting to get pretty dark now, like the sun's starting to go down. So, this place seems like it's about as good a place as any to stay right now, or at least try to stay. Michaela, she starts walking towards the cottage, and she just acts like she's already been here before.
Are there any ducks in the pond?
There are no ducks. It's pretty quiet actually.
Aw.
The water is actually quite calm. It's very still. There's no fish, nothing bubbling, no ducks. Everything's pretty quiet. You can hear the slight breeze of the wind rustling through the trees and stuff like that.
this is like nope, no.
So as Michaela knocks on the door to this little cottage, a small, well, not really sure if you could call it a woman, but a small humanoid figure opens the door. This person appears human for the most part. However, there's some certain details about her that lead you to believe that she's been touched by magic somehow. Because she's slightly disfigured. She, again, looks human enough, but there's just slight things that you notice about her. I will actually add the picture here that this is what she looks like.
Oh,
Yeah,
yes.
we need a duck.
Baba
I'm
Yaga.
gonna enter.
So she's like
We need a duck.
No,
yeah, just a wrinkly old lady. She's got yellowing eyes, but she also has a tail, which is very strange.
Yeah, it's kind of passing strange.
Yeah. So again, just she's been, from what you can tell, touched by magic somehow, and you can only assume that the way she is because of the lindworm's magic, perhaps, being how you guys are in a relative proximity of the lindworm's influence, I guess I could say. So
Maybe.
when this woman opens the door and sees Michaela, she's like, "Oh, hello, welcome, come in, come in." And Michaela immediately goes inside, and she comes back to the door, and the old woman looks at you. She says, "Well, are you coming? Come quickly. Don't just stand there."
I see Ingrid and Kai and say what you think? I have a bad feeling
I think we're all sharing kind of a
about
long look.
It's not nice
this
to
is
stare, dear. I know I may look different, but I assure you I mean you no harm.
It's not that at all, ma'am. Sorry about that. We'll come in. Thank you. We appreciate the hospitality.
Ingrid isn't even gonna apologize. She just stares.
Yeah, she looks very, very old, and actually even just like ancient, I guess, judging by the picture. But she claims to you that she's nothing more than just an old witch, and she's just trying to live in
Yeah.
peace here in her cottage.
He's mad.
Just hoping for the classic test to see if she weighs more than a duck.
No ducks, and
There's no ducks.
no ducks. She did admit to being a witch, though. I mean, which is, fine. She doesn't mean you any harm. At least that's what she said.
She says that. Yeah. Well, Ingrid will just kind of give a little shrug and follow Mikaela in.
Okay. So inside, it's actually quite nice compared to the falling apart outside of the house. The inside is nice and warm and cozy. There's a nice fire going with a nice, wonderful stew that's cooking on the fire itself. You can smell coffee in the air too, so
Yeah.
it's actually quite welcoming, and you're feeling pretty good about it.
Is there by chance a very large oven?
No, there isn't. No, she
We
doesn't.
see
That's
witchcraft thing.
What?
We see witchcraft things.
I'm not sure I understand
There's-
what you mean.
There's coffee? Question
Yeah.
mark.
Yes, yeah, she had coffee going. She was making a stew. She had a lot of different foods to offer.
Yes. This is the war story.
That's fine. She says, "Please sit," and she offers you all some food.
Ingrid's gonna eat some of their own food that she would have brought along,
Okay,
for a 2-day trip.
all right. No problem.
Having been recently not drugged, she wants to remain not drugged.
There was no drugs.
Yeah, well, they're all the effects of it.
Yeah,
Yeah.
I get it. Understood. Well, that's fine, dear.
Hey.
You don't have to eat it. I assure you, it's fine, and it's here if you'd like some. And
Why is that shit?
she offers food to the rest of you guys. Is anybody else taking it?
Yep.
Okay.
Nope.
Kai, when you eat this food, you immediately feel really good. Like, not like in a drugged way, before you guys think that. Definitely in a restorative type of way. Like, you feel like tip-top shape.
Interesting.
So there's clearly something magical about the food that she just gave you, because it wasn't just a normal stew. But you feel great, so don't worry.
Ingrid will. She wants. Yeah, she'll poke at it a little bit, like look and see if she can identify the herbs or whatever it's making it.
Yeah, from what you can tell, it just looks like a normal stew. There's like beef and potatoes and carrots and onions, and it's
Except
just,
that it's magical.
except that it's magical, correct?
Magically restorative.
It smells delicious.
In the good way.
Smells very
Magically
good.
delicious.
That's right.
Magically delicious. Yep. Mhm.
Just like Lucky Charms.
Nope.
He's going somewhere.
Well, good thing we aren't coming for the Lucky Charms.
There are leprechauns in this game. Did you know that?
It wouldn't surprise me at this point.
That makes
Yeah,
sense.
It's in the Mythic Britain and Ireland game.
I cannot wait.
I did one. That was my second Vaesen campaign that I ran. Was one in Ireland.
Nice.
Yeah, it's pretty cool.
Yeah.
So I think we'll call the game here for now, because you guys are at a point now where you're going to start a full-fledged conversation with this woman, and she's going to, definitely need your full attention. So I want to make
Yeah.
sure that we're
We're gonna have to find out whether Avery and his little dog too are gonna eat the food.
Yep. So we'll leave it at that.
I'm
You
not
guys
trusting
are
this
all just...
woman.
Sorry, go ahead.
There's not trust in this woman again. Suspicious. All the people in this station look suspicious. It's interesting. This is like
Yeah.
for
So you-
something dagger in heart. in hand and in your heart.
Yep.
Wait,
So
wait,
I know it's suspicious, but
Using
you know,
turns.
you're not getting any bad vibes from this old lady. But we're gonna call it there for
for the
tonight.
moment.
Let's
Sounds
yeah
good.
for the moment, and we can do level ups.
Oh yeah.
Ooh,
Yeah, I
level
think the
up.
whole vibe got set a little weird because, horses are really cool and sacrificing a horse is like really sketchy.
It is, but that was what they do in this. The Venatici
Wow.
are kind of weird,
Yeah.
Oh.
and you know, not all of them are bad people per se. They all have their own motives and stuff like that.
Yeah.
So it's not really something you're sure on yet, but maybe you'll learn.
Yeah, yep. There's something going on here, but well, something will happen one way or another. That's guaranteed to happen.
Yeah.
Something
Yep.
Now we have,
will happen.
I'm going to have the level up just in the chat. I have to get going and take care of some things, so I do
Sure.
apologize, guys.
Nope, that's fine.
Okay.
I'll just post the
No
XP
problem.
in there for you guys if you like.
Perfect.
Okay. I
Thank
can
you.
hang
I
out for a couple
appreciate it
minutes,
greatly.
so
All right.
I can help go through it.
Bye.
Okay.
Bye, Jay.
See ya, guys.
All right. So first question, you did participate, obviously, so that's 1 XP each. You did not confront any Vaesen this time. I know that the old witch appeared Vaesen-like, however, she is not a Vaesen.
Okay.
But the skeletal warriors that you confronted, or ran away from, better said, is a Vaesen. They were revenants. So that is 1 point. That's 2. And you identified the lindworm, so that's 3 points. Dark secrets, I would say yes, definitely for Jace when you were doing your little meditation stint in the castle and your revenant wanted to get out. All right, so that's 1, 2, 3, 4. Did you take risks to protect other people? Not in this sense. Not this one.
Nope.
I don't think. Have you learned anything? Yeah, you guys have learned quite a bit this game. Primarily that Ira was kidnapped. She lost her giant necklace that was supposedly taken by the Lindworm. And you learned that Michaela is a member of the Venatici, and that Ira is the leader of this group.
That's Venatus here. Yeah.
So lots of new stuff that you learned today.
Lots of good stuff.
Yep. So that's 5 points.
We didn't end up doing any of the headquarters stuff. I guess we could kind of do some of that.
Yeah. So
Now,
we'll
'cause we
say
had the
that you
points.
guys all get 5 points today, and
Okay.
then you guys can go through the headquarter upgrades. 5 points.
I think I don't know. I always confused with the experience point.
Okay. Do you want us to add those to our sheets?
Yeah, sure. Thank you.
Okay.
Oh.
Yeah.
I
I only spent
gonna-
5 to go down to 5 this last time, so I still had 5, so go back up to 10.
Yep, that's fine.
Gonna be one of the bunkers you have to read.
Keel? Yeah, sorry, I was trying to, I don't know, it's always a hard line to draw, Shadow. I'm sure you've been in this, because it's like, I know it's the adventure, so I'm like, oh, I gotta go on it, but I'm like, why am I gonna go on this? It's like,
No, I
seems
get
super
it.
sketchy.
And it's good practice for me because I'll be the 1st to admit that I'm fairly new to DMing games and GMing, so I'm not very good at it, and I'm trying to get better at it. So when you
Yeah, well, the only way to do it is to do it, so.
when you test me
Yeah.
with these different questions and I have to think on my feet, it's good practice.
Okay.
I can't.
Yeah, I wasn't
Okay.
trying to give you a hard time. I was looking for reasons
Oh
to
no,
go.
I wasn't implying you were giving me a hard time. I
Okay.
don't want you to think that you were, because you weren't. I was just saying that it's good practice for me to be put in situations where I have to answer questions that are kind of outside of the norm of the game. If that makes sense.
Yep. Yeah, no, I try and situate myself and really picture my character in the situation and what's going on, and the whole like festival where they're all chanting and like you have people falling asleep and then they kill a horse and like and the lady's chanting and like it's all like it's pretty weird.
Yeah.
And so that kind of set the vibe.
Yep.
She wasn't an extremely sympathetic character to start off with, so.
Oh yeah, no, I get it. Cool.
Yeah.
All right. Well, I will get a
Yeah.
write-up for the game ready probably either tomorrow.
Excellent.
Or
Yeah. Thank
Monday.
you for running it and.
Sure.
Thank you,
Yeah, it was
Shadow.
fun. I was
By the way,
I'm a little scared about what's going to be coming, but that's good. So
Well, at least you know what you're dealing with
you.
before you get there
yeah, more or less.
with the Lindworm.
I'm sure there'll be some surprises.
yeah.
What were you
By
saying?
the way, sorry, maybe the next session we finally have the new PFP for the characters.
Oh,
I am ready
yes.
to rumble,
Cool.
Nice.
maybe. And yes, and by the way, I explained my experience in upgrade the last empathy way, and I have all this in 5.
Yep. You can't put anything else any further in there. Then that's the maximum. So.
Yeah,
Oh,
right.
5 is the maximum for a skill.
Yes.
Okay, yeah, because I did increase my medicine to 5 because I had been using medicine a little bit in the last few adventures, but I hadn't really raised it since the beginning of the.
Yeah. I know that I had
So-
mentioned last game that the level up system that we're doing in this game is a little bit different than the normal way of playing because
Oh, okay.
Normally those questions that we go over
They're
at the
individual,
end,
right?
Yeah, they're
Yeah.
tailored to an individual person. So like every person would go through and answer these questions. Yes, I did this. Yes, I did that. Yes, I learned
Right,
this. Or
right.
no, I didn't do that. So each person gets.
Yeah,
their
I do
own
feel like I
experience.
didn't end up picking a very good dark secret because it's not applicable enough in general. So
Well, that's why I wrote it in with Dorothea and stuff like that.
yeah, I know, but I mean, yeah, but it's like it just doesn't seem to come up very organically. So
It's hard. When
that's
you're
something
on a
I would
predetermined
probably think
campaign.
about for I play again for a new character. I would think a little bit more heavily on and like figure out how to pick something that would come up more organically because it is an important part of the game and to have it come up. So
Yeah, I mean it is important, but it's hard with these campaigns where there's like a set path that you're kind of on, and but yeah, I'm trying to do this in a way where everybody's dark secret gets exposed one way or another, and it plays into it somehow. It may not.
yeah,
be
no,
in
you
every
did really
single
well
session,
that way.
but-
So that was more of me. I was saying it was on me because I didn't.
No, I think it's a great
My-
series, though. I think it's really good.
No, I like it. It's very characterful, but it's not mechanically. It's not good. If that makes sense.
Understood.
Narratively,
That's
it's great,
because
but
we-
mechanically, it's tough.
Go ahead, Aloy.
My dark secret is curious. It's
Mm-hmm.
a good one for role, and just this is all. It's just funny. It's
Yeah.
a funny.
I think that once this game's done, I'll probably start planning out a mystery in Japan. So,
Oh,
Oh, that'd be cool.
yeah.
Just a heads up too for next week. Nothing to do with scheduling, but just in terms of my character. So you're prepared, Shadow. My character is very much of the mind that like she's very open-minded because she's like, yes, these people are saying that this guy is bad, but these people are part of an untrustworthy thing and are really sketchy. So I have no idea what's going on here. So she's going to be like trying to figure out like who's in the right and who's in the wrong, and not assuming that
Yep.
the Lindworm, or if it even is a Lindworm, is a bad guy, because we only have one source of evidence of saying anything about this guy, and that's this one woman, Michaela, who is not necessarily a reliable.
Yeah.
That's right. So So
Well, that's
just
exactly
a heads
what
up.
this entire mystery is all about, is pulling you in different directions and trying to figure
Okay.
out what is going on and who's responsible, who's the real bad guy.
Right.
And
Okay. So Anyway, so just Yeah, I'm in that mind space, so I don't know if that was
That's
something
perfect.
you would be expecting or not. So
Nope, I expect you guys
if
to be
you were
skeptical of everybody.
cool, if you were, then you
Yep.
did it. You did chef's kiss, fabulous in the job. So
Yep, I was trying to keep it open
Yeah.
ended and keep you guys trying to figure out exactly what's going on. Hopefully, it continues that way next.
but I'm
week.
also trying to not be too much like, oh, these are definitely bad people because of that stuff.
Yeah,
Because
it's hard.
yep. No, it's an easy thing, and I don't know if you've played in a few games too, right, Shadow?
Yeah, I'm not a very good role player though, but it's
Well, the one thing that I see that comes up quite a bit is that there's like it's almost kind of like almost a groupthink thing, but not necessarily. But it's like people start to get pulled along one path, like one particular clue will jump out at them. Like the DM will say something in a description, like maybe it's the only flavor or something, and they'll immediately like go down a path, and then it's like it's so easy to get stuck on that, and then you start interpreting things based upon your thinking about how it is.
yeah.
And it can be really hard to step back and try and reassess and maybe readjust and think, well, maybe things are different. And yeah, it's tough. It's
It takes a lot of practice, and I need to practice. I don't know how to get better
Yeah.
at it though.
which, and that's sort of, it's almost different than role playing, right? It's more about like, I don't know, imagining.
Yeah.
So, like, because role playing is more like acting, but this is more like, I don't know, it's almost more like puzzle solving, but in a very abstracted sense.
hmm
So, but yeah, all right. Thanks again.
Yep.
Had a
You're
great
welcome.
time,
Right.
and
Thank
we
you,
should be on for next
Shadow.
week.
I love
Sounds
Yes.
good.
I love
All right.
Bye.